Awesome talent. Okay. Yay! I envy you this. Because I'm super formal, Charlie. I'm super formal.
I could tell.
Can you tell by this giant rip in my jeans how formal I am? I'm gonna, I usually do stand-up comedy, do a little something different. Alright? So don't judge me, Richard. It's not. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm sitting in a very Miami Vice waiting room filled with pink and purple couches. I've been to this hospital before. He does this a lot. DUI crashes, bar fights, many alcoholic accidents. That's my dad. But never have I been placed in the pink and flamingo covered waiting room. I am staring at my dead dad, sprawled out on a hospital rack. My mom has just melted into the nearest chair and begins to wail. I look at her in confusion because she starts to chant, "I should have brought the dog. I should have brought the dog. The dog would have loved to see him." What? I just can't stop staring at the way the old man looks. You guys know Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? The movie. All right, so you know the character Violet, right? Violet, she chews the chewing gum and then she blows up into a giant blueberry. That's my dad. He is blue. I mean, like royal blue, like Crayola crayon blue. And he is like beluga whale size. And his flesh is just ballooning over each of the hospital sheets. And there is a stream of purple blood trying to leak out of his mouth. And one of his eyes is trying to peer out of his iced over lid. And it is very apparent that he is just vacant. So I'm staring at my very hyper-colored dad, and I realize my bad guy is gone. The villain has died. And not in the dramatic comic strip way that I've always imagined. You know, the one with me, like, leaping over all obstacles, throwing his own weaknesses back into his ever-wrinkling face, you know, until he's completely battered and beaten. And then I was picked his almost lifeless body up in my arms, and he would look up at me with a bloody smile, and he would say, "Touché, daughter." Because he's British? I don't know. "Touché." And then right before he would slip off into a villainous heaven, I would yell out, "I love you, Father! Because I'm British too!" Didn't quite happen like that. My villain chose to have a heart attack on a factory floor while reaching for a container of grape juicy juice. So I'm staring at my very dead dad, sprawled out on a hospital rack. And I'm not crying. It's not like I'm excited or anything. I'm just kind of numb. And I need to cry. You know, it's my dad. So he's the bad guy. It's my dad. So I'm gonna cry. Here goes. So yeah. Okay. So just a minute. What am I doing? Okay. I gotta cry here. I gotta cry. I gotta cry because I go into that waiting room and I'm gonna look like a non-crying freak, alright? And I'm not a freak. I'm not a freak, Charlie. I'm not a freak. Alright? So I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna find a feeling. I'm just gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Let's go, Huff. Come on, Kelsie, you can do this. Just gotta find exit classes. Let's go. Find a feeling. Find a feeling. Find a feeling. 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 Feeling! And then a feeling. Oh yeah. It starts kind of low. But it slowly bleeds into my chest where my heart begins to pound and my fists clench. Shit. Oh God, I know this feeling. This is his feeling. This is white, hot, villainous rage, and oh my God, I do not want his feeling. Oh, but here it comes. you know, my veins start to bulge out of my neck and everything, and I feel like telling my mother, my grieving mother, to shut the fuck up. Don't you get it? Papa Smurf here is dead. Finally! I mean, no more Maybelline-covered bruises, no more hiding under canopy beds, no more cheap perfume, cherry-lipped factory chippies leaving our own house at 6 a.m., no more drunken benders or death threats, no more going to the morgue to see if maybe Daddy didn't make it home because there he is, all blue and dead already, and no more listening to fucking Steve Miller Band. Thank you, Jesus! Or teaching the dog to pet to old Milwaukee. Who does that? And no more practicing volleyball, basketball, field hockey, track and field every night to prove to you that I'm just as good, or that I'm fucking better than the son I was so obviously supposed to be. No more, suey little piggies. Dinner time. Or life's a bitch, huh? And then you marry one, gives you 2 daughters. Ain't even pretty. You're alright, Kelsie. You're alright. Can't really stuff you back in there, huh? You're alright. I'm alright. Alright. I'm alright. Because the bad guy is gone. So I'm back in the Miami Vice waiting room, now filled with 27 of my nicotine-addicted relatives. A doctor walks in. We believe the cause of death is cardiomyopathy, but we cannot be 100% sure without an autopsy. Would you like an autopsy? The herd of Huffs, my last name, huddle in the corner for about 2 seconds and then break with the decision that my father would want to be buried in one piece. We know Lair! And Lair would not want it. One of those things. The doctor just smiles and looks at me and my sister because the decision is actually ours. Now at this moment, my sister sees a Kit Kat dangling from the vending machine and she must set that chocolate free. Miss Huff, would you like this autopsy? Why, yes, I would. And, thanks. My mom takes me in the corner of the waiting room with the biggest flamingo perched on one leg. She sits me down, and she really looks at me. You know, Kels, this is going to be so much easier if you just forgive him. Okay? You're right. Mom, I know you're right. But don't you think he deserves this little going away present first? I do. My decision. And I say this to my mom because I need to hurt someone. And I do. I do. And I want my own father to be cut up into little, tiny, blue pieces. And I know this is not good guy behavior. So, in this terribly decorated waiting room in McHenry County Hospital, I officially become the bad guy that I just can't seem to bury. Thank you.